Hi, it's Professor Marsh, and this is the replacement lecture for Friday's class for Accounting 220. We're in Chapter 12, and we're looking at the last section of the chapter, which is to describe the balanced scorecard and explain how it's used. And the balanced scorecard is just a management evaluation, performance management technique that was developed by Art Schneiderman of Analog Devices back in the 1980s as a way to try to combine both quantitative and qualitative factors to evaluate a business and to improve corporate performance. And so it was designed to look at the business and at performance from various perspectives and then bring it together to make sure that look was supportive of the corporate strategy. And you can see an illustration of that in your book. You can also see a discussion of how this particular technique can be used to lead to ethical decision making in an organization, because it brings together the perspectives of the financial results, of the internal operations perspective, the customer perspective, which of course is very important and oftentimes not looked at by performance evaluation, and then also the company's commitment to learning and growth, to improvement in its performance. And these all interact with the corporate strategy, and you can see that in the figure 12.5. The four key areas of a balanced scorecard. So that's those areas were identified because the success of the company depends on it. And you have the perspective of stakeholders, perhaps with respect to the both the financial, when you're talking about stockholders, and also with respect to customers and perhaps the community in which the business operates at large, with respect to stakeholders who might be just people who are interested in the company performing ethically and with some social responsibility factors such as respect for the environment and good business practices and that sort of thing. The financial performance section of the balanced scorecard involves the metrics we typically would look at depending on the area of the company that we're talking about, and what the type of control center operating segment that we have. So if it's involved in revenue, in production, in profitability or investments, you would have different types of metrics that you'd look at. And then the operating perspective with respect to things like efficiency, downtime, waste, no defects, things of that nature. Then the customer perspective, getting feedback from the customers, making sure that exceptions are dealt with appropriately when customers aren't satisfied, and then learning and growth, making sure that you have a system, a practice involved to make sure that you're staying current with the industry and perhaps even trying to lead in terms of improvement in business practices. And that combines into a corporate balance scorecard. You can see an example of that for Scrumptious Sweets with respect to their corporate mission is providing customers with superior quality, traditional and innovative baked goods. And you can see what their business objectives are in terms of the metrics, the objectives, the metrics, and then also the targets that they have and how they measure those in that balanced scorecard for this particular example. And then you can see how it carries down from the overall organization into one of the divisions. This is the Brownie division. Remember, that was one that was not performing as well from a financial standpoint when we went through that example in an earlier section. And then the division storefront employees, balance scorecard, and how things are going with those storefront employees. And you can see the various types of metrics. I thought pounds of trash was an interesting metric with respect to trying to reduce the trash generated, but to also save on utility charges and things of that nature. So you can see that in the book. You can read it. They have another example with Gearhead Outfitters, one of their favorite companies, and that's basically brings us to the end of this chapter. Next time when we get together, we will go through the final chapter in your materials. But until then, have a great day, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.